everyone. Make sure I'm plugged in here. I don't think I am yet. There we go. Okay, today is August 11th, 2021. I have a message of the day, a union read, and a twin flame read. Let's go ahead and take our deep breath first. Another deep breath. And one more deep breath. Sending lots of love and blessings. I'm seeing lots of doggies. Thank you for being here with me, guys. All right, definitely some images there. I was just getting a lot of dogs, and the past couple of days when I'm shutting my eyes, doing these kind of things, I was seeing a lot of birds flying back and forth, but I was just seeing dogs. There was a message about an Afghan hound just coming up, which I'll tell you in a second. And also last night, before I fell asleep, I saw a surgeon, a masked surgeon, shaking a patient, trying to wake them up. So I don't know whose message that was, but that was coming up. Yeah, so I'm going to give you the message of the day, and the pictures. But first, I have to roll the die too, if I can find them. I don't know where they went. They might have fallen on the floor. Let's see, where'd you go? Nope, I got them. Okay. All right, first, I was just doing a short meditation for you guys to see what came up with my little girl. And I was seeing her in some kind of contraption. It was really weird. And she's more on the right. Usually she's on the left, on the feminine side. But she was on the right in a contraption. I couldn't figure out what the contraption was, but it looked like two huge cleavers. Like they were bigger than her, but I couldn't see the whole sharp cleaver part on their backs. Like it was like they were both laying on the back of the cleaver and the handles down on the ground, but side by side. And then I saw like them being hauled away as she's kind of helping them push away. So I don't know what that was, but it looked like two cleavers that were much bigger than her being hauled away. And then all of a sudden she got really busy, and like she was like rushing around the house making beds, but she still seemed like she was more on the masculine side, so in her masculine energy. And then I saw a man on the left side who looked like he was scowling and kind of pacing slowly on the left, while she's on the move on the right. And then she became like a dog cop, like a very light Afghan hound cop, though, like with a blue cap on their head, but also kind of was flipping back between the dog and looking like a blonde, with long blonde hair, because you know how the Afghan can look like a human blonde, but with a police cap on, like a blue cap. So I don't know what that was about either. But that was coming up. And here's the message of the day. I'm going to roll the dice first, and I'll show you the pictures first before I get into that, because I'll forget otherwise. All right, so for the twin flames, we have Mercury here. We have the number 6. And we have Aquarius energy here. So water energy, but also Aquarian air energy. The 6 of the Lovers, which is also June and Gemini energy coming up there. And then Mercury is Gemini as well as Virgo. But again, there's a lot of air energy coming up there, and Mercury. And then 6 is home, family, and community as well. Definitely a lot of communication. You might be feeling some of the collective energies coming up, which is fine. Today definitely feels better than yesterday did. And where's my other pointer there? Okay, so now the pictures of the reads. Here is the union read. This is the Syrian Starseed deck. For those of you not familiar, it's 40, 5D, and 60 on top. Feminines on the left, masculines on the right, and the bridge between them in the center. the incoming divine feminine, the outgoing divine masculine, and the underlying energies, and the closing energies. And then the read in front of you, the basic read from the Syrian Starseed deck again for the twin flame read with the 7 decks here. This is all 7 decks. And then the message of the day is here. Okay. So I'll let that charge for a little bit. Okay. All right, message of the day. And I did this morning at 8:32. 8 is the dance, but it's also the manifestation of dreams, this inner and outer strength, the 32 of the journey. And the message of the day started out with the underlying energy of the dice, which has to do with taking a risk. And then the first card out was the rider, which is like the journeyman, the 32. Rushing in with good news, perhaps riding the carousel, going after the coin or the ring. But coming in with good news, going on an adventure, very happy energy, but taking a risk, okay? That's the underlying energy. So on an adventure over the rainbow, going for the brass ring, the power man from Mars with a breakthrough about well water and emotional toxins like acid reflux from worrying or stress, and a home with need for information about a journey to the country, fox and hound coming up. So I just saw a hound. So fox and hound coming up, or father who's unsure what their kids have been up to. The fox may be sneaking out and the pup wants to come too. When the cat's away, the mouse will play, and needing to clean up the place before getting in trouble. Perhaps something was ruined, broken, or food was left out or all over the place, or left out for the mice. Cracking the whip or rod and staff, traveling a distance perhaps to see family or a family home, or to a new home perhaps, or getting through some challenges regarding a move, or cleaning out, or day in the sun. A family vacation, or in nature exposing it all. Frustrated man making peace with the powers that be regarding restrictions, the establishment, perhaps a university or hospital, perhaps someone institutionalized, or a loving lady is away at school now. That could be your child who's going to college now. Also with a gift of a home or a place to live, with like community or people like them, with secret knowledge or loving birds, perhaps with a bird feeder, and power in numbers, clearing the fields or led astray, the dogs still waiting to be walked, perhaps trapped in their own mess because no one took them out. And the pup is worried that they're going to get in trouble because now they're walking in their own poop. That kind of energy, which also came up when I talked about a research dog not too long ago. But again, it's about someone who didn't walk the dog or didn't take proper care of them. And now the dog is afraid they're going to get in trouble for doing nothing wrong. They've been abused because someone left them in the house without taking them out for a walk. Or an older sibling is pissed off that they were sent home to take care of their younger sibling or the pets, and is short with them after taking so long, and challenged by impatience and masks, or inpatience in a hospital and masks. And the power lady looking at details with wise counsel, exposing all, clearance or gaining clearance, or filtered, or traveling to get sap from a tree. So somebody might be actually going to a community where they can get organic sap. At 9:07, which is the Hermit and the Chariot. And then at 9:09, which is the 2 Hermits, also could be exposing family history or family toxic history, or just toxins in the family. The power man making peace with untrustworthy or dangerous situation. Again, that could be hospital situations of, serious surgeries and things like that, but also other dangerous situations or relationships with people you don't trust, perhaps with a loving man or a grown son. Perhaps a medical procedure or differences in opinion about the V. The loving lady or mother will be watching over them with lots of well wishes and flowers and gifts of stability, anchoring in to get through the maze of unknowns, the chatter, the layers of paperwork to get through, with the fox impatient for their dreams to come true. Hope and healing and back to the fields and starry skies and galactic travel for some. The pup may be nervous in a time crunch about their cross to bear or some burdens or challenges they need to deal with, or this could be a religious affiliation as well. Perhaps a dog has fleas or the place is a mess. A challenge to focus on directions or mapping out travel plans, committed to travel with the power lady or the mom looking out for them, going to a public place or to a new family situation, right, an extended family or workplace, inspection and twin bridges to cross, waiting for a letter or confirmation or legal paperwork, sealing the deal. A risky procedure, adventure, or message with the key to freedom, release, and good luck, with Mama Bear or a new boss advocating for harmonious relationship as two hearts as one, romance at the mid-moon around August 14th, or unraveling the subconscious, choosing a path, dancing back and forth and opening a new door to find the perfect nest for a child perhaps, or perhaps a new home for yourselves, parents praying for deliverance, the golden egg for the child, or new focus and committed to abundance and now going with the flow at 9:26, which is the Hermit and the Page of Wands. So that was the message of the day. And my Delphi plant, all of their flowers died. Now it's a perennial, but I don't know how long they flower for, so I don't know what's going on with them today. And all right, so let's get into the union read here. Definitely, before I did the union read yesterday, the birds and the bees were definitely coming up. I had talked about the bees being more in the pictures yesterday, but it's definitely the birds and the bees coming up as well. So the union read was at 2:27 yesterday. 2 is the High Priestess, 27 is the Ace of Wands, the 4D, 5D, 6D for the 11th today. We start out with the underlying energy being the Starseed, which is like the Fool. The Seven of Swords being in the middle of the read, which in the Syrian Starseed deck is very much about passing downloads or information. It can represent the Wizard of Oz as well in the balloon. The Four of Wands here at the end is the union energy of the home or the union. That could be a celebration as well. A fresh new start with a download to the crown, perhaps an ice ball or hailstorm, a blunt wake-up call or just something that hits you in the noggin, or a ball in your flowers, maybe your neighbors threw a ball over the fence, passing downloads destined to come in from a thorn perhaps, or Adam. I couldn't read my writing. Passing downloads destined to come from Atom, encapsulated in the 3-ring toroidal field where there's nowhere to run or hide. They can't escape from themselves, passing through to the Divine Feminine 4D, but fell short in Kaplunk and dropped the ball in front of 2 men, like 2 suits watching, to settle a score, or choked under pressure, under the gun, or trying to bail out quickly before caught with the evidence, or all must go, and then home. But I was now just getting and then some. So all must go and then some, but I wrote and then home. A fresh new downloads about home and union, as the incoming Divine Feminine has the 4 of Pentacles, which is the Divine Masculine's heart in the Batcave in this deck, the 6 of Cups, which is the children hugging each other, and the 10 of Pentacles, which is the royal family, right? The 10 of Pentacles, the end of the deck. That can be a family, a business, community, or the world of abundance. The Divine Masculine's heart in the Batcave getting hugs from their family, or loving kids between the 4 of Pentacles Batcave and the 10 of Pentacles family or mother and son in a fresh start for someone here, giving hugs and then to their separate corners to ground and integrate and be practical. So again, needing time apart from each other's energies, but being very loving to each other. The 4D here is the Page of Wands, the 9 of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. So the Divine Feminine with the Page of Wands, who's inspired or wanting to be idolized, excited about something with their game face on. The Divine Masculine Knight of Swords sending 5D message in a bubble while grounding under a tree and bridging in a purge, or going underground where it's cool or out of the sun, playing hide and seek again. Don't peek after 9. Right? So counting to 10, they're only counting to 9 because they want to peek. But again, that could be 9 o'clock at night. So playing hide and seek again. Don't peek after 9. The 5D here is the 8 of Swords, the 7 of Swords, and the Page of Cups. The Divine Feminine hiding in the woods by the creek, making sure he doesn't peek. The Divine Masculine with the Page of Cups, with their heart open wide to home and or union, celebration, and 1111, bridging in downloads, one open, one closed, getting a hang of the portals opening and closing, and dancing do-si-do. In the 60s, the Seven of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune, the Great Wheel. The Divine Feminine rising above drama and heat with flame in hand, ready to tango with whatever comes her way. The Divine Masculine destination unknown, only knows its divine timing, and bridged by a breakthrough of sword and stone, diamond in the rough, taking the glory, just wants to be polished a bit more at 249, which is the High Priestess and the Nine of Cups, the Get Your Wish card. All right, so at 250 then, of the High Priestess and the 50 of the Ten of Pentacles, which is complete emotional fulfillment, a new life of perfect contentment offered here. The Divine Feminine perhaps excited to see without their eyes, to be led by inspiration and their feelings, and water nearby, ready to tango or be the hot air balloon and rise, anti-gravity coming up here. And definitely relationships coming back together. The Divine Masculine here, the Knight of Swords with offering to the union or home, a little of himself, while the Page of Cups offers all their love, a splash of this and that. Destined to find a home, just don't know where or when, perhaps. The bridge here is suffering in silence, or perhaps dealing with a sister, or just purging, or staying out of the sun, while taking a risk to pass or receive, to be seen and or unload before a new life. The outgoing Divine Masculine here is the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. A proposal or offer to the Queen of Wands and Queen of Cups, perhaps about a home, union, or celebration. Perhaps there's two knights and two queens here, and a loving offer, falling in love with a home. A message or two, and an offer, to being asked out to a celebration, or to buy or sale of a home, or two couples competing for a home, or the Knight of Wands and Page of Cups are in love with a home, so the Knight of Pentacles makes an offer to the Queen of Wands and Queen of Cups, perhaps, who are the sellers of the home. So a lot of different energies between the home. This also could be preparing for a big party, a celebration for kids as well, like graduation party or something like that, or any kind of celebration really. But the Divine Feminine had Aries on her side with the Page of Wands, excited, inspired. And then the Divine Masculine had Libra on his side, and there's Aries and Libra, right? They're on the same axis. The Masculine had Page of Cups, Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, and Queen of Cups. So a lot of people on the Masculine side. What was between them were no people, no major energies, but haggling. And perhaps someone who can't look. This makes them too nervous. All right, so the overall number for the union read was 56, which is the Two of Swords, being in your knowing and keeping your energy clear, perhaps pretending not to know to keep peace of mind. The horizontal pillars came out 12, 15, and 29, which is the Hanging Man, the Devil, and the Three of Wands. The vertical pillars came out 4, 6, 10, 15, 17, 0, and 4. The 4 of the Emperor, 6 of the Lovers, 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, the 15 is the Devil, 17 is the Star, 0 is Source Energy or Space, and then the 4 of the Emperor. So the messages came out as hanging out with the Devil at the present. This could be a Capricorn as well, or knowing and keeping to themselves, just keeping clear. Also, the Emperor Lovers destined as shadow healers, controlled by keeping their energy clear, or the Six of Cups, the loving children or soulmates, destined to face the Devil and the stardom, the healing and dreams. The Emperor keeping to himself, who maybe doesn't want to know. And again, the Six of Cups can be soulmates, kids, or siblings, a really close relationship. All right, that was the union read. I went to the dentist yesterday, and it was a very lovely visit. It was interesting too, because I think it was my usual dentist. I think it was his father, who I'd never met before, came in to see me first, and then he came in. But he's always got really positive energy, and my air conditioning guy is lovely, which I said before. He's amazing. So I had really amazing energy with the men that I ran into yesterday, really high vibrational people. For the twin flame read, the Syrian Starseed deck was cut and dealt at 5:44 yesterday afternoon. 5 is the Hierophant, and the 44 is the Four of Cups, grounding and integrating and mastering of love, especially receiving of love. It's 1:07 on the clock right now, which is the Magician and the Seven of the Chariot, ascending in Magician embodiment. At 5:56, which is the Hierophant and the 56 of the Two of Swords, again, being in your knowing and keeping to yourself to keep your energy clear, or just not wanting to know. At that time, one thunder roll happened and then nothing. And then at 6 p.m. on the dot, with a lot of zeros or source energy backing up the 6 of the Lovers, E of Orbs came up. And E has to do with energy, also with the 5 of the change and expansion and freedom. And then Orbs has to do with thoughts and words, but also the blind men and orphans. And then BS also came up, which can reference BS, but also bowel sounds. So there may be some people may be doing detoxes and things like that. All right, and this could also be feeling your twin. You could be feeling the energy of their thoughts, their thought processes. I finished clarifying here at 6:13, which is the Lovers, and the 13 of the Death or Transition card. And the major arcana were abundance and guidance. And also after the read, Chariot came up. Abundance is the Empress, guidance is the Hierophant, and then the Chariot. We had 5 swords in this read, so a lot of either being in your head too much or intellectualizing. And then 2 cups and 2 wands. We have the Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords in the read, as well as the Page of Wands, and the 9 of Wands, the Wounded Warrior. And then after the read, the Knight of Wands came up. So a lot of wands and swords right there as far as people. So fire energy and air energy. And then the numbers, we had 555, so a lot of change here. But the most significant numbers were the 9s, which is a lot of compassion and endings, and universal selflessness, the collective consciousness, because you're maybe feeling the collective's energies a lot now. We also have 1010, again, reminder to keep your energy high, vibrational. And 910 of keep coming back to center again. We also had double 3s and double 2s. Double 3s were significant as well, which have to do with the 33 of the Christ vibration and the 7 of Wands, standing up for yourself, and the 22 of the Fool, with an open heart, taking a leap of faith, staying in your faith. We also have 23 of the King of Wands. Let's see, 36, which is the Atlas, 10 of Wands energy, the weight of the world. 69 of the Ace of Pentacles, which is that offer of a new beginning or new life of perfect contentment. It could be an offer of money as well. 59 of the 5 of Swords, 35 of the 8 of Wands, the energetic exchange, 67 of the Knight of Pentacles, and 89 of the Phi energy, expanding and contracting, or in the middle, which would be reflecting. The code line was all about nature, self-discipline, and spiritual partnership. And let's see, the numbers I have 9. So I have 3, 9, 2, and 26. So that would be 38, which is the Queen of Cups, right? So 26, yeah, 26 plus 12, 38, okay. Queen of Cups, and the number 38, which is an 11, it's a power number, regarding nature, self-discipline, and spiritual partnership. And the messages were coming up as expanding and contracting or reflecting to see the key in 3G was coming up, which was interesting. Not 4G or 5G, but 3G was coming up. To see the key, and I felt like yesterday they were trying to outsource or source out the 4G, because I still have the option on my Wi-Fi to do the 5G or the regular. And I keep it on the regular all the time. But yesterday, my regular connection kept going out in the kitchen, which it's not the best connection, but it never keeps going out like it did. And they kept going out like 3 times. So I feel like they're trying to dampen the 4G energy so people can't use it anymore. So they'll have to use their 5G, which is bad because the 5G is really bad for you. And it can sterilize our future children or can cause problems with the eggs. So 5G is really bad, especially in apartment buildings, because you have no choice about where the towers are, and they'll have multiple towers because it's an apartment building. And if you have a tower right next to your bedroom, it's really bad. And that could cause headaches, it can cause other problems, but it's also going to be more long-term things. Of the videos I were watching were definitely talking about not necessarily showing sterilization in the person it's affecting directly, but their future offspring would be a big problem. So it's very important you go to your communities and talk about fluoride in the water and 5G. That was the messages I was getting today, and actually the past week or so. So again, 3G was coming up here, which is even lower than 4G, and seeing the key of the 9, the collective consciousness, the hermit, the wise one, of seeking the Queen of Swords to find peace, regarding things that are like a thorn in your side. Again, revolving around nature, self-discipline, and having a spiritual partner. Reflecting to see the key, but also southeast was coming up here, as well as sudden events. Taking the high road, the God energy of expansion, and seeing the key of the hider and the seeker, the Queen of Swords, and 2, seeking peace, to laugh, to be in joy, elated, and depart naturally with self-disconnect and or spiritual partnership here, or self-discipline and spiritual partnership. So again, having the option to depart from a situation or depart from your life naturally without any harm done by society. Again, expanding and contracting in sets was coming up, which they were referring to breathing. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe, because when you get stressed out, you contract and you stop breathing. You want to get that breath all the way into all of your cells. That's why we need to do those deep breaths every day. The guys who go into ice water say if you do 10 to 20 deep breaths every morning or hyperventilate, that you'll never be sick, because we need to breathe deeply. So again, also reflecting in sets, and 3 gods were coming up, but also feeling threatened and seeking the key, right? So they're pushing a lot of information out there that's going to make you feel threatened, because they want you to feel fear that you're going to be in a police state and not have any rights, right? So don't feed into that fear. Keep your vibration high. Talk to your communities, and perhaps go to your neighbors and see how they feel about fluoride in the water, and see how they feel about the 5D towers going up. Or 5G rather. 5D is good. So take the high road around these changes of expansion, because God is seeking expansion and change. The hermit of hide and seek, the hermit of seeking, right? Because the hermit's the one who hides, but it's also the hermit of seeking, and hide was coming up as HYDE, of hide and seek, and the Queen of Swords to find peace in a departure. And then I definitely had a few tears yesterday from frustration that was coming up, that wasn't my energy, and just whatever needed to bubble up for me, and just needing to release that, which is fine. You just come back to being happy again. The abundance card was the first card in the underlying energy here. It was reversed, so here we have that, which is the Empress, and then we have the mini cards on top. 5 cards down was the 5 of Pentacles reversed, the 7 of Pentacles upright, which is the Divine Feminine's heart, in the E tower, which is like the 5D tower, and then the 10 of Wands upright, the 5 of Swords upright, and the 2 of Wands upright, which is the twin flames in this deck. The Hermit coming out of the Mary Magdalene cave, the Divine Feminine's heart in the E tower, with the weight of the world, perhaps burdened by that, stretching in the internal war, with the twin flame choosing a new path. Atlas leaving the wounded warrior behind, right? Atlas is the 10 of Wands, the wounded warrior is the 9 of Wands. So they're leaving behind the 9 wounds to be the 1 of Wands, right? To be that ace, be inspired, ignited with passion and new inspiration. So the Atlas is leaving the wounded warrior behind to become the frog, becoming the prince. For the twin flame, there could be a lack of abundance, or perhaps choosing a path for a mother or grandmother here. The Empress reversed, perhaps secret passion in the 5D connection, with the Knight of Wands reversed, player, or someone paralyzed by their own passion, perhaps falling short of energy or recovering for a happy ending. The Knight of Cups upright, offering love, but keeping to themselves until the time is right to manifest perhaps a date, excited about something new here. Taurus reversed, and Pisces reversed, Sag reversed, and Libra reversed. So all this reversed energy. We perhaps have Aries and Scorpio too there. grounding and integrating the 5D connection, perhaps on a rest or a break or holding back time, money, and effort, but offering love to twin to co-create, knowing and keeping to themselves a breakup or a lack of affection, perhaps healing after a separation at 7:30, which is the Chariot and the Union or the home, or after a heartbreak. Two swords out of their heart. There's one left to go, but Gabriel is off on vacation, unavailable to mediate. Covered in moss or green blankie, unable to see after eye surgery perhaps, or blinded by the light. No more camping under the starry night. No lover to tell you what to do, or a grandmother unaware of what's been going on, but someone has to tell her now. The Nine of Pentacles reversed, powerlessness or dependent, letting go to fix or make amends, dropping a coin perhaps that the Knight of Pentacles found to catch a ride and ascend. Okay? Or finding, maybe rolling a coin or balancing on a coin, right, on a dime, or found a penny in the street that was good luck and it was just what they needed. Maybe found a dollar or $10 on the street, which is just what they needed to get where they were going. The Nine of Pentacles reversed, which is that powerlessness of the sovereign, losing your sovereignty, losing your power, your money, your independence, or a dependent child, pulling out or putting out more money or time or energy than they actually have to give in order to fix things up with the Knight of Pentacles upright, or to help them buy a car or go on vacation, or perhaps surprising someone with new wheels, or offering a lift, or one putting up the money, the other making the offer to a Cancer to travel, move, or ascend. With this could be the one, and beneath that, healing family issues for the twins. The Queen of Pentacles reversed is here with the Wounded Warrior reversed, so surrendering. That could be one person or two separate people. One would be an earth sign, the other a fire sign, but both reversed. Surrendering with no more talk, no more kissing and making up, with presence to get back past things that you can't get past because you don't resonate with each other anymore. The Queen of Pentacles reversed must surrender to romantic tie with flame, recovering without any help or no olive branch extended, as the Knight of Pentacles offers something healthy or peace offering or friendship perhaps. Present in the moment, or a gift, a romantic tie, recovering from abandonment without so much as a tiny violin, receiving only compassion from herself, where everyone is wanting something from you, but do they give back? Or the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Wounded Warrior reversed, romantic tie recovering from exile with some kind of offer at 750, which is the Chariot, and again, that emotional fulfillment of the 50, the 10 of Cups. Individuality comes up here with the 11, which is justice, and healing beneath that was 66, which was coming up in a number I was dealing with yesterday, which is the Queen of Pentacles again. The Queen of Pentacles is reversed in this read, but the world is also upside down, which also could be the Divine Feminine in the 5D, needing closure or stuck in negative self-talk and lacking faith at the moment. Pisces and Cancer both reversed here, spreading rumors or lying and spying, which can be kids, falling on face or from grace or embarrassing self, or Aries reverse, standing up to the light or to light the torch, emotionally dissatisfied with lover, ex, or lack of affection, or a Gemini reversed who's not the twin. Pisces reversed, Cancer reversed, Aries and Gemini reversed here. A lot of reversed energies here with the world upside down, feeling broken, broke down, broke up, broke in, broke out, or broke through, and issues with a car or travel or a move due to no word or waiting for communication or a letter or immature communication, and foolish behavior, needing to defend self to the 10 of Cups reversed, unhappy family with no affection at 755, which is the Chariot and the Truth, or under the gun, off the bench, but will you be tackled? Doomed to unhappiness without lover forever. The ex-Empress reverse could be, or lack of affection from a mother or mother-in-law or grandmother in lack due to a breakup or lack of affection. This also could be someone who miscarried, but that's not a specific message I was getting here. There's no twin or Gemini's reversed. healing and trying to forgive in a bold move to offer friendship or something healthy between them. And individuality comes up here. So the underlying energy, most underlying here, which is the cards up here in the corner here, these are the most underlying energy before the underlying energies. And then here, these cards all go forward after the read. So the underlying energy was the Three of Wands reversed and the Ten of Wands upright. Looking back or past, returning, or the past returning, is causing more burden, or perhaps someone heart burden who has heart issues, carrying 3 wands from the past and 7 from the need to defend themselves. Going forward after this read is the energy of soulmates or kids loving each other, being present in the moment, or with gifts or psychic gifts of cycle complete now, with the Knight of Cups upright offering love and peace in a divorce, perhaps with a heated exchange, holding back feelings. But there's also delays going on here between Taurus and Aries, both reversed, with Hermit shedding light on it, or saying, look out below, or watch your step. It's a long way down there. I tried to warn you. So it's not someone trying to tell them they told them so. It's saying, I tried to warn you so it wouldn't happen. At 8:07 is the Strength card and the 7 of Chariot. In the recent past is the 9 of Wands reversed, again the wounded warrior in surrender to their twin, or to their choice of path, which can be the twin path. Spiritually outside of the box, or going through divorce or divorced, a break in a contract, or breaking away from a religion, establishment, or Taurus reversed, or perhaps the fallen angel or Sagittarius reversed, with the Hermit upright advising, lighting up the long way down with synchronicities and choices. Confusion, when you have too many options, can trip you up to fall on your face in order to dump the facade, the act. The King of Swords and Queen of Swords are both upright here, moving, visiting, or the party's over, in a release from prison or self-imprisonment of depression and suffering in silence, or dealing with a sister for a long time, purging the nightmare to finally surrender. The foundation is the Three of Cups upright, coming together in joy, a reunion, gathering, or party. The Divine Feminine, sealed Divine Feminine, or Pisces at night, or the dogs howling at her, or Pisces and Cancer both upright here, working to align with the King of Cups reversed and his conditions, or air conditioning man, after sweating a lot. The central energy here is the Page of Swords upright, perhaps found their light, but challenged by the Queen of Swords upright, who's still a bit dim. A child or King of Swords message defending their joy or reunion with the Knight of Swords and Page of Swords both upright, or messages about a secret passion, or kids defending their mother, challenged by the Queen of Swords, who's upright but maybe in lack because of grief or grieving a mother or grandmother. Not a happy time to be celebrating a birthday, perhaps. It's my party and I'll cry if I want to. Grounding and integrating the Queen of Pentacles reversed, in a lack of stability or a move or a visit or homelessness. The Magician is upright, manifesting big, they're manifesting that they won't have to make the call. They want someone else to do the work, the hard part. So they're trying to manifest someone else making the call so they don't have to call them. There may be some arrogance around this and thinking that they can manifest everything to come to them even after they did something wrong by the other person. Feeling of failure or under the radar, attention seeking or suffering in silence, or dealing with a sister and purging it out. In an all business partnership or relationship, inspired to tell the harsh truth about instability or alternative sex practices, a move, visitation, or the end of a home, and frustrated or feeling forced out of a home by a fallen angel or Sagittarius reversed, Queen of Wands reversed, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, and the Knight of Wands reversed. With the Emperor upright here, in control obviously, perhaps he's feeling badly or he's making someone else feel badly, grieving a loss or regret, perhaps that there's nothing he can do about it. Now, crowning here is the Three of Swords, healing the heart at work, with Atlas and burden and resistance training perhaps, and the injustice of reaping rewards from the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community that's reversed, perhaps at a loss or dysfunctional or misappropriation of funds. And perhaps there's a big expense for a party that's, going to tap them out, So it could be any kind of party or celebration or wedding that may take all of their money that they have saved. Or a reunion with their ex, or ungrateful child. Maybe you spent a whole lot of money on a party for a child or a new car or graduation, and they're totally ungrateful. Maybe like the father makes all the money and the mother doesn't, and the child's thanking the mother but not the father who actually did all the work to be able to pay for this. It's kind of like the father getting the short end of the stick as far as affection. In a losing battle of inequity, of a gift, or being present, right? Because maybe the father's never there because they're always working and they couldn't be there, so now the child's closer to the mother and giving the mother all the appreciation of what the father's been doing. So burdened by work and the injustice of a family spending it all. This is also someone who does all the work and their family spends it all. They don't get to enjoy it. Healing while sitting on the fence, being directed at the gate, perhaps being directed at your own party or someone who paid for it all, but being told where to go and what to do, even though they paid for it all, right? It's that kind of energy coming up. So there could be a fantasy party for someone here, or a reunion with the Emperor, who may be the devil, or maybe he's just a Capricorn, because the Emperor's upright. But there also could be the Emperor standing next to a temptation at 835, which is strength, manifesting dreams, and the 35 of the wounded warrior. This could be the Emperor's temptation with an invitation or an opportunity, perhaps feeling badly they can't accept the invitation, or wasn't invited or unable to come to a child's graduation, or that star student, right, who was so great, they deserve you to be there, but maybe you just couldn't come. And then the keys withheld or already given without them there. So let's say two parents are giving the kid a car. Maybe they're not together anymore. Maybe they are splitting up. But it's like they didn't wait for the father or the mother, whoever was actually paid for it. They didn't wait for them to get there to do the surprise. So I just feel like this is all about one of the parents who did all the work, who never got to do the play, getting screwed over as far as affection because no one cares if they're there or not. Or a secret passion here, and no more flirtation or casual sex, with the King of Cups reversed in a fit of rage, in jealousy of sudden events, in a heated exchange with the King of Wands reversed, who could be Dark Knight or Scorpio, exposing all in the truth, or Kids or Leo are presenting the truth so that they would leave, because they knew if they heard the truth they would leave and they don't want them there, and eventually heal. The Emperor always with an offer too good to refuse, the Devil with star student, child, or intern, always with bad news to give regarding other invitations or opportunities, because they can never go anywhere else because they're always sucked into something at work. Fantasizing about a reunion or social gatherings with a secret passion, or Pisces reversed, or perhaps a fake priestess causing delays with the King of Wands reversed, or Pisces and Sag both reversed, with Scorpio and Leo both upright, or kids with the truth to make them go away, where Pisces here is ending the conflict with the King of Wands reversed, and with the King of Cups reversed, who could be a Scorpio, finding their time in the sun with an offer to move suddenly. Soon for the twins is the Two of Cups reversed, in disconnect or at a distance, two breaking up or going in different directions. The wounded warrior surrendering to rejection, perhaps, or vulnerability, after offering big love, or having a good cry, or surrendering to an infant who's crying and who's now awake, without love and lacking faith. Playing hardball with the King of Pentacles, upright, and the Queen of Wands reversed, or the King of Pentacles is playing hardball with them both, the Fool and the Queen of Wands reversed, under the radar, or fell off the horse to reap rewards, or garden perhaps. Pisces, Capricorn, Gemini, and Aries all reversed here. The twin flames and guidance reversed without guidance, in a divorce, a break from a religion, establishment, or any kind of differences. Taurus reversed, dissatisfied with the Queen of Swords upright, who's speaking her truth. The Ten of Pentacles reversed, family, business, community, or the world, of dysfunction or loss or misappropriations of money, or ego death, and the need for strength or courage to stand up to others in need of peace, with the Empress reversed, in lack, frustrated, frigid, or unable to grow or conceive or be aroused. Free yourself comes up for the twins, retreat, and honeymoon. as a thunder came up again at 8:53, which is the strength card, and then the 53 of the Knight of Swords, and thunder again. After that long period, I had one thunder roll in the beginning and then nothing, and then all of a sudden it started thundering again, but nothing else came up. So around the twins, or how they're seen, is the Page of Wands upright, that masked child or a man-child in disconnect or at a distance, released, with the Queen of Cups upright, coming clean or cleaning up the act or space in a sudden event, epiphany, or sexual exchange, blowing their top, their crown, their cover, or their mind, and the Page of Wands feeling freed by the Queen of Cups. The block here being the Six of Swords reversed, without peace, in need of peace, after embarrassing self, and held at arm's length by the King of Pentacles upright, who was perfectly willing to put up with the Queen of Wands reversed. And why? So why would a Queen of Cups upright, who's lovely and kind and intuitive, be kept at arm's length, and while someone was willing to put up with the Queen of Wands reversed, who obviously is abusive here? It can be someone who's sick, I suppose, but she's not coming up that way in this read. Could be someone who's sick and tired, but also someone who's got a bad temper. Spiritual partnership comes up here, self-discipline, and nature for the twins. But even more so, moderation. The Queen of Cups is upright here, being very nurturing, while the Nine of Pentacles reversed, which can be a dependent child or a loss of independence, power, money, is done obsessing and suffering in silence, or done obsessing about their sister and being jealous, with the Knight of Wands reversed player and the Emperor feeling guilty that they left her powerless at 8:56, which is the Strength card, and again the Two of Swords, which is being in your knowing, keeping your energy clear, or pretending not to know so you don't have to deal with the situation, to keep peace of mind. Oh, by the way, I watched the movie Mimi last night, which was a wonderful movie. So definitely check that out. That was really good. It was a long movie. It was really good, though. 8:57 is the Strength card and the 57 of the Three of Swords. So suffering in silence, the sister, or hiding out of the sun, or hide and go seek, as soulmates or loving children may be losing hope, needing to heal from being played, perhaps Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, humbling themselves to the Emperor in control, with the Knight of Wands reversed, the Page of Pentacles reversed, the Queen of Pentacles reversed, and the Queen of Wands reversed, who may be the real culprits here. Children who are depressed or being arrogant and acting out, and the King of Cups reversed in a jealous rage of the Queen of Cups upright, no longer obsessing about them, or siblings getting past their hurdles together. Purging nightmares, suffering in silence, or purging. The Chariot ascending to walk away and heal, with the Knight of Wands reversed, who can be a player, but also can be someone just falling short of expectations, or falling short on energy, or paralyzed by their own passions, with the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or community, dysfunction or loss, walking away to end the conflict at 9:03, which is the Hermit and the Empress, and it was pouring rain out right then. So to end the conflict or competition and reap rewards of what is left, to be appreciative for what they have. In lack, with the Empress reversed, at a party without guidance, or the Empress reversed coming together with the Hierophant reversed, excited to surrender, but they're both Taurus energies. There's a lot of Taurus reversed energy here. Excited to surrender, with the Page of Wands excited to surrender to the Page of Swords upright, and challenged by the Queen of Swords. So the mother here in a disconnect or at a distance, but without peace, healing, and purging, to ascend past the Knight of Wands player, or one who's paralyzed by their own passions, of dysfunctional family, business, or community, walking away to end the conflict at last. And then Atlas comes up. Atlas leaving the wounded warrior behind, grounding, integrating the war within, with the twin flame in lack, or choosing a path with the Empress reversed, who's in lack, or maybe is ill. Could be a mother, grandmother who's ill and they need to take care of them. That also could be someone who has miscarried, or it could be someone who's really mean. It could be a bitchy person, or is just not doing well, or surrendering already that can also be an empress who's gone already, someone who lost their mother. My mother passed away in January. So also surrendering already in a breakup or lack of affection, or Gemini reversed who passed. Celebration, message of healing and forgiving, challenged by the Queen of Swords upright, right? Speaking her truth, perhaps, but still grieving a little bit. Or deceased mother or grandparent coming together in a psychic message with a child or grandchild for a message in order to heal the Queen of Swords, grieving with a handle on the truth, which definitely came up when I did the harmonic egg. My daughter got a message from my parents for me. But that was back in May. So divorce or lack of guidance and disconnect, so not seeing eye to eye or not on the same page and disconnect, or at a distance, but that doesn't mean you're in disconnect. It just means maybe you can't see each other face to face. The Page of Wands is inspired here to find peace in purging or counting to 10 or staying out of the sun, ascending past players in dysfunctional family, to walk away and within, to lack of conflict, or in other words, peace in a more simple life at 9/11. Okay, so now I want to pull some oracle cards to see what the animal spirits have to say and what the journey of love has to say. So again, we had 6 of the lovers and Gemini coming up, and Mercury as well, all about communication, and Aquarius, which can be sudden events and detachment as well, emotional detachment. So all of those things definitely came up in the read. And again, issues on the love, family, community level of the 6. All right, so from the Animal Spirit deck, what is our message today? For the Twin Flames, take a deep breath. Okay, with the Sea Serpent, and that's the sacral chakra. I'll turn the light on here for a minute. All right, so we have the sacral chakra coming up, which is about sexuality and creativity and birthing. Okay, so here again, they want you to believe that we're not sealed, right? Here's the serpent, not with the tail in its mouth, and there's no rainbow in the collective now, but there is. And this is high vibrational. This is all the colors of the upper chakra system and the third eye. So you may be feeling it in your creative abilities, the collective being blocked because they're trying to make them believe that we're not all awakening now, but we are. This is the dark energies trying to pull it apart so we can't awaken, but it's just not. And then we had the lizard there. There you go. Okay? The lizard trying to interfere with your awakening without you being able to see. And again, fluoride's coming up because it calcifies the pineal glands so that you can't connect. Also, the V is supposed to block you from being able to connect with your higher self. They're all attempts at putting you into fear and not enabling you to connect with your higher self. Then these two are coming up together. So we have the dragon and the worm, the earthworm, the dragonfly. And I'm getting like hoarding energies, like the worm is hoarding the light because they're afraid that, you know, the dark is trying to take the light away from the collective. So they're trying to hoard their light so they can't get to it. And even here, you know, this is that a higher chakra energy of the blue, of the dragonfly, but it's in the feminine energy of water. So again, hoarding water and light. That can be food as well. So again, this is the putting the collective into fear so they start worrying and hoarding things, not sharing with others. But it's all fear energies. Remember, anything that's not love is fear. Even when you say, oh, I'm just a little frustrated, that's fear. It's all fear if it's not love. Okay, then we have the black egg of the truth and the throat chakra. So make sure you're speaking your whole truth. Even if they may not like it, that's okay. As long as you speak your truth with love, no one ever can fault you for that, because you know you're in your truth and saying it in a kind, loving way. And if they want to fight with you about it, that's time to step away. You don't need to argue your truth. You don't need to convince them to be like you, but nor can they try to convince you to be like them. You should be able to love each other with your differences. And if they come around, they come around. And then look what we have, the lion and the whale. That's very profound, right? The whale is the king of, even though the elephant's the largest, the lion's also known as the king of the jungle. So we have the king of the land, not the elephant king, but the lion king, since we're still in Lionsgate energy. And then the whale is the king of the sea. But I also get, this picture comes up sometimes like this is a raft, and the whale is kaput, like leaning on the raft, like they've got no energy left. Left at sea. So again, you see in this card too, I'm always talking about the displacement of the high vibe energies is causing all this dark energy to come up and be expelled out. But it looks like the whales are feeling it in the water more so than the land right now. So the creatures in the sea may be really taxed. And also the whales and dolphins are a big help to us in just balancing our energy. That's what they're here for. They ground us down here. So when they can't do that for us, we're going to feel that dark energy because they're too busy transmuting the ocean dark energies that are leaving us. So maybe we're not having their usual grounding energies, so we have to do it on our own. But this lion doesn't seem too affected by it because they're in their 3D energies right now, the lower chakra system. But they're coming up in a positive energy. Let's just 3D positive. Okay? And that's funny too. Then we have the cobra. Oh, the wolf just, I've been getting a lot of dog energies, right? Dog, pups, wolves. And he just slid right under the table. Right? Because the cobra comes in when the student is ready, the teacher will come. And here's the wolf saying, no, thank you. And he slid right away, like he's being the fox sneaking away. Because the teacher's here, because that means you're ready. And they don't want to be ready, they're scared. Okay? So there's that kind of energy there. There's like a mix of energies here, like where one's ready to help the other and the other's kind of scared to get together in the partnership because they're all coming out in twos here. And the bottom of the deck is the raccoon, again, in that dark energy or in the rain. There's no color in this card. The raccoon isn't usually scared of anything, right? They go into your trash cans and they run away. They don't really pay much attention to you if you're there. But here they are. They're sad and depressed or kind of hiding out with no color here. There's a confirmation there. Oh, it's 1:44 on the clock. How do you like that? It just beeped because it was 1:44. And we have the owl, the wise owl behind them, okay? So there is wise guidance here, but you're forgetting some people are forgetting to tap into their guidance, or they don't know to tap into their guidance because they're not quite awakened yet. So again, everyone needs to help each other out and remembering to stay grounded and be loving to each other, to don't force each other to be like each other, but love each other in spite of our differences or because of our differences. That makes us all individuals. So that's the kind of energy that's coming up from that deck. And let's see what the Journey of Love is saying for us today. So again, the two major chakras that came up were the throat and the sacral. So creativity, sexuality, and truth. Keeping your energy clear. You may want to make sure you have some water around or food, but don't hoard. Just be practical. Have a nice supply in case you need it, and then forget about it. Okay. So for the twin flames, for the journey of love. Oh, that came right up. The lovers, look at that. Okay, it's very simple. It's black and white. The 37 can be the separation, but are you actually really in separation? They're two together, looking up. It's coming out with, look, it's all the same color too. Accept the truth that you're never in separation, right? This is a fantasy forest and somebody witnessing the relationship. This third person could be something who's been trying to interfere with the relationship as well. The 55 is the Ace of Swords. It's the Excalibur, the truth. and then the Three of Swords, and this can represent the healing and forgiveness of the lovers. As the truth comes out and is presented, there may be proposal here. These two don't come out often together. I don't remember them coming out together. This is the lovers and a proposal here in the fantasy farce there. We also have the moons coming up here of distant shores. So again, in disconnect or at a distant, 18 is the moon. We just had the new moon on Lion's Gate, which is kind of resonating out through the ethers and across the land. This is very kind of third eye energies between the emerald heart and the third eye and the white light, right? We have the violet to white light at the crown and above. So very high vibe energies in the oceans. So the oceans are coming up again because of the whales here. It's difficult energy. It's high vibe, but difficult energy to go through right now. They have to keep their energy high constantly in order to clear the dark energies that are coming through. Because you see there's like some black in here too. Those are the dark energies they're clearing. They're staying in high vibration, but it's taking a lot of work from the whales in the sea. Without much light, without much illumination from the moon. And then the light field is also coming in of the 63, which is the suffering and silence energy of being stuck out in the middle of a bridge, you know, in the storm with no protection. That's what it feels like right now. And that's what we were feeling yesterday. So you may be feeling that off and on, but don't worry about it. It's not you. It's just the energies being cleared out. Yeah, they're both very much the same kind of energies. I'm getting this is the sea and this is the land. So on land and sea, you're both being exposed to the harsh elements and energies that are being cleared out. You know, again, the rainbow energies displacing the dark energies, which are being forced out in a very quick and kind of, you know, rough energy here, rough seas. Okay. And then the bottom of the deck is the shifting universes. So again, the symbols, the chakra of putting the power here, the musical notes, the 7 of the chariot, which is about ascension, the vehicle of ascension, and feeling the shifting universes, okay? So knowing it's happening. And here's the heart of God. There's the portal, Lion's Gate portal, and the shifting universe of the ascension. The 9 of the hermit, the collective consciousness, and the heart of God, and the portal, and the shifts going on. And they're all different layers of shifting. You see how there's like multiple dimensions here? All shifting at the same time. It's very complicated, but it's very smooth and perfect at the same time. Okay, so just that's why you have to have faith, because you can't possibly understand God's perfection, right? Because it's just too much for one person to take in. Okay, so again, accept the lovers, how beautiful this is, and look how grounded it is in the greens and the earthy colors in the forest, that it's very simple. Keep it simple. It's real. And this is the energy that you're in right now. But no, this is real, but there's just some harsh energies being cleared out right now, and you're going to feel them all in a harsh kind of way. So that's good. I'm going to read you the lovers. I want to read you the dragonfly. For some reason, that one's calling me. Dragonfly. And did you see my tag yesterday of the bee with the reflection? There's another, like a reflection in the sun. It was actually a cloud, but it looks like the bee like going to see their mate in the sun. All right, dragonfly. Master of light, illusion, and the mind. The dragonfly is an ancient and ethereal creature that awakens a sense of wonder in all. The dragonfly is a symbol of the mind, as it's always moving, shifting, shimmering, and changing. When the dragonfly card appears, it's worth considering the quality of your mind and perception. Are they restless or still, dreamlike or crystal clear? The situation at hand may differ than it appears at first glance. The dragonfly reminds us to calm the mind so the light of wisdom can shine through. When they're in balance, they see clearly, they're joyful and magical. But when they're out of balance, they can't concentrate, feel like they have a busy mind, and they need to focus on their breath in order to bring them back into balance again. So again, when you feel like the world's illusions are getting to you, breathe, breathe. And that came up in the code line today too, right? Expanding and contracting in sets is breath. So there's your firefly. And then for the lovers, which is number 57. 57 says, and this is a short one, yes, it's love. It drives you forward and pulls you back to your heart. It makes the mind mad with misunderstanding and breaks it open to enlightened compassion. It is love. Your yearning heart shall have it. Your destiny is to be the lover of the beloved. This oracle brings a message of love, love, and love. It is finding you now. Be open to it in all its forms. Be the god and the goddess of love and paint the town red. Play in passionate embrace with life as your lover and prepare to receive even more than what you believe you are capable of handling. Love is a magic word that holds the universe together. It's both an emotion and something ephemeral that lives like a fire's glow or the pink light on the clouds after the sun has set. It's alive and yet indefinable. It causes the heart to beat more rapidly, for feelings to show, and young people to write, sing, and dance and become totally immersed in its hold. Love can beckon coyly or flaunt itself with wanton abandon, and love can live and grow seemingly forever or vanish in a fleeting moment when we least suspect. And in the twilight of our years, reflecting on the life that we have lived, it is love which colors every turn and twist of our memory. And when we pass from this earthly plane, it will be love that will light our soul on its journey home. Make sure you drink your water, get your rest, get your joy, get your nature, and know that all is well. And rise and be love. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye.